Hi, my name is Stephen Jenkins, and this is my YouTube channel, and I'm a little bit eccentric, I'm a little bit different, and so I want to tell you a little bit about my life here real quick. I am 47 years old, I have a family, but they're grown, so I've got a dear lovely wife, and it's my second marriage. But what this video is about is, it's about the fact that I have some legal experiences that I have grown my life around, and these legal experiences have helped me to become a much more confident person, less fearful, traveling the world, going places, doing things. So I don't like suing, I don't like going to court, but I can tell you one thing: I'm not an attorney, but if I were an attorney, I would love to be a courtroom attorney. A lot of attorneys don't like going to court. They like to settle out of court. Well, there's nobility in that. There's definitely something to be desired about settling out of court. A good attorney should put enough pressure on to be able to settle out of court. Should be taken seriously to be able to settle out of court. So here I'm in my car, and it's actually not my car. I'm borrowing this car from someone. I'm on the Big Island, and I was caught up in a, I don't want to call it a scam yet, but I'm investigating it. I'm doing a discovery process. So it was a vessel that was donated called the Bobolink, and you can look at a lot of our videos, and there's probably some of the people involved in this watching these videos. I don't know if you are or not, and you may think that I don't have the capability, but let me tell you, I have found some very good attorneys locally who are very, very interested in this case and willing to help me, and they have agreed to be a part of this. I have a really, really good attorney that's been in my life for 20 years or more in California, who headed an organization of Christian attorneys. So got him involved. But me as a non-attorney, I can still lead this case. So I'm going through the discovery process. I'm going place to place, enjoying the island, sitting in beaches, writing up documents. I got a printer and a little desk thing here at Salvation Army where I put my paper down, and I can create documents. Now, this is not on pleading paper. These are just letters. That's a letter to an attorney. Here's a letter I'm sending to the previous owner. Got my laptop. I've got backup computers. I've got 110 power right here. I've got an inverter. I've got my files. I'm organizing this. It looks a little bit cluttered, but it's really not. It's just because I'm working and I'm in the process of putting this together. So, question: am I just trying to blast out a bunch of stuff like a shotgun approach to just get a good attorney to get on this? No. I have hired and fired many attorneys because they just don't do their job. An attorney will take on a lot of cases, and this is just, possibly one more case that he's got in his files. And if I'm not paying him a lot of cash up front, if he's working on a contingency or commission, he's not really highly motivated. However, he is motivated that he'll get nothing unless he wins, unless he pursues it in a proper way. So I definitely have experience and knowledge on how to push the attorneys, and not push them in a mean way, but just to get them to do their job, but not tell them what to do. They are experienced, they have the schooling and stuff like that, but I have the right. I can question them and say, well, have you done this? Have you done that? So also what I have done for attorneys in the past, I have a lot of experience in real estate law, in personal injury law, in immigration law. I know how the system works, and that's part of my advantage, is knowing how the system actually works, knowing how Congress is involved and how the senators are involved, and knowing how the Chamber of Commerce and the state governor's office and the Attorney General's office and all of these other commissioning offices that people have voted in to protect their rights, and the Department of the environmentalists, things like that, how those play into it. As a Christian, I don't believe in using extortion or leverage to a degree that is dishonest. And I don't like threatening, and I don't want to say, well, if you pay me this, I'll settle. This isn't about money. If I got money from this, the money would go to the poor. It would be used to set up a foundation to bring awareness to solve this problem even further. That's where I'm at on it. So attorneys love me because I do all their work, and they don't realize at first that I know what I'm doing. So after I hire them, then I start providing all the documents. So what I'm doing right now is I'm doing what's called like the discovery process. I'm getting all kinds of information together. Then I'm putting it together in a submissible format. Pleading paper, for example, declarations. I have the ability myself to go to Kealakekua Courthouse here, right up the hill, and file a complaint. It's super easy. Maybe not if you don't know how to do it, but I mean, I could go up there, file a complaint against the state of Hawaii, for example, for $10 million. It wouldn't be hard. Their attorneys are not the best. Their attorneys are, good attorneys have their own office. So if they're not really, and I'm sorry to say this, but if the attorneys are not extremely good and capable of having, and financially capable of having their own office, a lot of times they just take a state job. State jobs are some of the lowest paying jobs with the worst situations. So I'm not dealing with a bunch of really professional, intelligent attorneys. I'm not trying to down these attorneys. I'm just stating a fact. Okay, feel free to prove me wrong. Okay, I love you guys, whoever you are. I just know that these are true facts that I'm stating. So I could file this, let's say $10 million lawsuit against the state. I could include other people. I could put et al. In there. Then in part of this discovery process, and I could put that in a pro per like status so that it's not, so I can protect the statutes. And then I would go about getting declarations, and the exhibits for those declarations need to be backed by, I need to do some depositions actually to get proper verification for these declarations and get the exhibits authentic in a declaration type setting. So that costs money, but it's not money that I'm not willing to put forth. And me being my, if I represent myself to do these, not that if I get the attorney's permission to do these declarations, I can actually do them myself. So it costs a lot of money. Anyway, I'm going to pursue this, and I'm going to pursue it, and I am going to pursue it all the way. So I'm going to read a letter here. I just wrote this to the previous owner of the vessel. He claims to be my friend and on my side. He said he was going to sue Gentry's haul out people. He said, I'm going to sue them. But I have reason to believe maybe he was just saying that to get me to leave. He offered to buy me a plane ticket. He also, there was other things. He wanted me to sign an affidavit, which I signed, and it's interesting. That's, a lot of times when people want affidavits signed and they write letters, like the surveyor wrote me a letter, those documents actually that they're using, that they think they're using, and in fact, probably the surveyor didn't write it himself. It probably was his attorney or legal counsel. Those documents are actually submissible as evidence. They prove motive. Those are evidences that they were in the wrong. The thing is that they don't realize is that, for example, this surveyor, I just commented on a statement he made. I didn't think anything of it at the time. This is prior to the vessel sinking. He gave me a ride to Hilo, and I was just commenting on a statement he said when he said to the previous owner, he says, my loyalty always goes to the one who hires me. Well, it should go to the vessel, not the person that hires you. And I said, I know your loyalty goes to the one who hired you first. Could I hire you for a second survey, out of the water survey? And he said, no, it'd be a conflict of interest. And then he wrote me this letter just blasting me and saying that I had talked with someone else and I said this and that and the other. And I think he was nervous that I had heard him say that. Not only did I hear him, I had it recorded because I had my video camera going the whole time he was in the vessel talking. In fact, I've recorded all the conversations of the previous owner and the surveyor and different ones involved. So, at the time, I don't know that there's anything shady going on. I'm just concerned, and I've learned to copy things or to record things and make record. So what I'm doing right now is going through all of the records, getting all of the declarations together with affidavits attached, and those need to be on legal form paper, pleading paper, and in the right format, so they can actually be submissible in court even without the witness being present. Maybe they're off island or something like that. They can be used. So I'm going to pursue this, and I know what I'm doing. I'm not an idiot. So I've written the previous owner this letter, and it says, it's right here, you can see. I use different letterhead for different purposes. This is kind of my less friendly letterhead. Doesn't have my picture on there. People might look at my picture and say, oh, he looks like he's too nice. A lot of people, because my life is about love and compassion for the little people, love and compassion for all people, but especially the poor and the children. And this situation almost cost us our life, and it almost cost, well, it could cost the lives of others if this isn't made an issue of that we bring attention to this. And people have died previously to this. So this is what I said. Dear Ed, I will never get over the loss of Bobolink. And that's true. Bobolink is the name of the vessel. It was an incredible vessel with a history. I knew about it when I was younger. It's been around for a long time. Ed Merrick Design. I have a book that I've looked at about building boats with that boat is a featured boat in the book. This just wasn't any boat. It was a boat that had some great potential and a great future ahead of it, even though it needed some work that we were willing and capable of doing. Okay, I will never get over the loss of the Bobolink. I'm going to heal. I'm going to be okay, but I'm not going to forget it. I'm not going to get over it. Okay. While I appreciate the good personality traits you have displayed and the donation of the boat, it did not come without a price, and it almost cost us our lives. I have changed the course of my life now. I am going to stay here on the Big Island until this matter is resolved and my reputation is intact. I am inviting you to join me in this pursuit of justice in this matter. I have retained more than one attorney. However, they work for me in joint counsel, so I am the lead in this case, and I will be directing their actions under educated joint choices. I am not interested in money. I cannot be bought or sold. That's true. My interest is in the return of my good name and a clear understanding of why I was put in such a place of danger. I will find out why I was not accepted in the haul-out, and all facts must be revealed for the safety of future vessels and souls on board. I fear that individuals involved in this matter were after their own financial interest rather than the safety of human life and the marine life. I want to build my life's history on honesty and kindness, but this does not mean I am weak and incapable of saving the little people and holding the bigger people accountable. I had sent you an email requesting that you have your attorney contact me so we can move forward. To date, this has not happened. In addition, you have not called me. I want to believe you are on the good side of things, so let's move forward now. Contact me at, and then the phone number, and I sign it. If anyone thinks that's an unkind or unfair letter, let me know. But I believe in being courageous, I believe in being strong, and loving and kind at the same time. And again, I'm so sorry for the YWAM young man who died. Let me make sure this is still recording. Yes, it is. And I'm so sorry for the elderly man who died, who was pushed out of Kauai by the state of Hawaii and by local people. I can tell you for a fact, I was pushed out as well. And when I got out, I was denied entry. I was treated horrible by all of the people involved, government level, not the Coast Guard who rescued us. That I want to make that clear. But the state of Hawaii reps, the local harbor reps, the local captains even, they didn't want me around. It was a very, very sad experience. And as I look back, and we have only suspicions, why it sunk, that it could be the through hole in the bathroom. Well, the appraiser or the surveyor is supposed to check all those things. Did he? No, he didn't check them. He didn't even look at them. But he also gave an appraisal or a survey that they were in good condition, but he didn't actually check them. Interesting. So maritime attorneys are saying that, interestingly enough, the surveyor is at fault if he surveys it that's in good condition. If it sinks within hours after its first voyage, trying to get into a haul out. What's interesting is that the previous owner who donated it wanted me to sign an affidavit, which I did, and it's all true. It just leaves out some vital information, which is okay because I can use that affidavit as evidence of his wrong motives, actually. He had me write in there that the test voyage was a success. Well, it was a success in that it sailed fine, sails worked, the engine worked, but it was not a success in that it started taking on a lot of water and started sinking. Everybody knew that. There's no question. I could make 100 affidavits about that, but it doesn't make it true, and I would never make an affidavit stating that it wasn't sinking or not taking on water, because that wouldn't be true. He just omitted that purposely. A boat should not have water coming in, and it needs to be floating and not letting water come in. Why was there water coming in? Did someone purposely make it that way so that we would sink? And why were we not allowed into the haul out? These are things that I need to find out, okay? And you know, there needs to be some accountability. There needs to be some money paid to someone. I'm not saying it should be to me, but there needs to be some money. I paid out more than $5,000 of money that came in from people for this project, went into it. It was all lost. I mean, that could have purchased a nice boat already in the Philippines to be used, providing services and helping the people. Now, there's nothing. There's no money. I've lost my reputation. But I'm going to work on gaining that back, my credibility. And this video is part of that process, including these letters. And if I don't get any action or responses from these letters, and the attorneys will be monitoring and watching this, then I'll start filing some legal papers with the court. And I'm pretty sure that when there's a large lawsuit filed, I'll probably get a response. In fact, I'll have to get a response because I would win by default. So anyway, God bless you guys. Please keep watching, following this. I'm not a vicious guy, but in light of the fact that people have died previously, I cannot be going on with my life knowing that I could have made a difference in the lives of future people. And so I'm going to do that. And I love you all. Thank you so much. If you agree with me, please comment or share this video. God bless. Bye-bye.